Good evening, welcome to Whale Sports TV. Dick Herman here. I'm here with the birthday girl, Paula Maloney, Gino. And
Wow. You gotta be kidding me, Dick. Who knew?
Who knew?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paula. Happy birthday to you. And she's only 39 today.
Actually 40, but who's counting?
Who's counting?
Oh, what a nice...
Oh, Dick, you didn't have to bake for me. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I think it's a framed photo of Mr. Herman. Oh my God, my favorites. Look at this. Thank you so much.
We don't have time to have cake now, but I got a knife and some napkins in here, so we'll have some
How
of
about
that.
at halftime?
At halftime we'll have some.
Absolutely, we will. Thank you so
Maybe
much.
Chris would like a slice too.
Absolutely.
No? All right.
So good afternoon for those of you who are tuning in. This is Paula
Yeah.
Maloney with Gino TV, and we are about to start the Whaler Varsity Boys Soccer game here at the elementary school field. Right now the Nantucket Whalers are 4-0, Dick, I believe. And Monomoy comes with a solid team, I know. I was watching them warm up. They've got some pretty significant soccer players on their team.
Yeah, they're 3-0.
They're 3-0.
So undefeated today, both teams going in, and a new team in the league. So this is going to be a challenge for the Whales, and we're underway here, Paula.
Let's get ourselves set up here. You know, we'll have to ask later Coach Rich Brannigan, who has been with this team, it seems as though an infinitesimal amount of years, but exactly how many seniors they lost this past year, Dick. We know on the ladies' side we lost 11. It looks as
The
though
boys weren't as much. I don't remember the exact number I had. The boys weren't as much, but they lost their big scoring punch. So, but you know, they've come out. They're 4-0. They scored 6 in one game. I saw one game was 6-3. So they still have the scorers on the roster.
Absolutely. It's just such a finely tuned coach team. But right now between the pipes we have John Paul Straskimsky as the goalie for the Whalers. So we want to acknowledge him. It really came down to goaltending in that game that we watched on the ladies' side. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today, how challenged the Nantucket Whalers going to be, and if he's going to be making the difference.
What I always get amazed at is when you do like a ladies' game, what we did last week, and then a boys' game today, how much speedier this game is. And I'm not saying the boys are faster than the girls, but the game just runs at a whole different level of speed, you know.
I absolutely agree.
Things happen quicker. You know, not that, you know, every boy in this team could beat every girl in a foot race, but the whole game just moves at a different level.
Absolutely.
And you got to stay alive, because the ball can go here, and here's a break right here. What I'm talking about.
Oh, unfortunately the midi wasn't there to drill that home, but that was almost a goal by the Whalers. Starting that out and bringing that down the field was Mario Reyes. Nice job by Mario Reyes on that corner, number 19, excuse me.
A big save there by the Monomoy goalie. And as you say, Nantucket did not have somebody to follow up, because that's an easy follow-up goal. Nobody was in position to follow up on that.
Right. Oh, and there's the cross, and that was almost off of Reeves into the goal.
Paula.
Oh, Paula, happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you.
No, not until April.
Oh, not until April. Hey, Rich, how many players did you lose?
1-8.
How many players did you lose this past year?
8.
8.
8.
Wow, so they've lost a significant amount as well. 8 or 9 players compared to the ladies at 11. But you know what?
Oh, one of them that comes to mind is Gus Bell, because I met him and his mom on the boat. And Gus was a big part of the defensive. Gus Day, the big part of the defense last year for the Whalers.
I would absolutely have to agree with that. But right now on the field, we're looking at Reeves. We've got number 8, Dylan Carthy. You and I have talked about him in the past. Every year, he really impresses me with his skills on the field. Look for him to be scoring today. I don't know why. I think that, although right now the positioning they have him in is he's in that midi line. So he's going to be one of the solid guns on this team. Forgive me as I'm learning a lot of these players, Dick, are new. So
well, I'm learning along with you. And when you show up for the first game, it's always the way, you know. And it's you get used to them after a while. By the end of the game, we'll know a handful of them.
And I'm looking how solid the JV side is too. Look at the numbers that they're pulling in. It's comparable with the varsity roster. So it's solid soccer all the way around for both the boys and the girls program during this rebuilding year that they're going through. Number 23 with the clearance, bringing it down to that midfield line. Stefan Severio in there. Scrappy soccer
look
player.
at that.
And,
Whoa!
that kick was a low dribble and deep. That was a grounder. That was.
Wow, he took it right off charge.
I'd like to mention some of our fine sponsors who bring you this Fall Classic: Congdon Coleman Insurance, Killen Real Estate, Nantucket Pharmacy, Island Pharmacy, Santa's Rubbish Removal, Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation.
Maybe just do past it. For now.
Nantucket Airlines, Egan Institute, Peter Beaton Hat Studio, and so Nantucket's got themselves in a little bit of a hole here.
You know what? You could kind of see that coming. Remember, I was saying I was watching the Monomoy players warm up. I was really impressed with number 7, number 8 on that Monomoy side. Number 7 is Sean Spies. He's a junior. Number 8 is Giovanni Green, a senior. Those are, I think, the 2 key players on this team. They are fast and furious. But look at that deep kick from Nantucket. Absolutely.
Nantucket looks good too.
Andrew Dawson, I don't know if you just saw that drill he had from the corner kick, but nice dribble. This is going to be a fast game. It's going to be a tough game to call, Gino.
This is a good one. You can feel it.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy is right. Keith Johnson, no stranger to the soccer field. He's playing great soccer. He is, I think he's a sophomore this year, Tick. Is that right? Does that sound right? Or is it Simon, maybe? Wait a second.
Simon is the, I think
Simon's
he's
the older of the 2.
Yeah.
So we got Simon Johnson.
Simon is a senior, yes.
And Keith is a sophomore, is that right?
Let me find him on my roster here.
25. Right now we have 34:57 on the clock. Monomoy up 1-0. A beautiful drill. Unfortunately, passing by.
Keith is a junior.
Keith is a junior. Okay. Number 8 dropping it back.
Good ball, Carter.
Hey, nice.
Nice effort.
So now that that first chance by Nantucket that they didn't score on looks really big now because, you know, Monomoy got their first chance and took advantage of it. And so now Nantucket has to play from behind. That's sometimes it's difficult when you're not used to playing from behind.
Corner kick. Oh, almost. I like how he played that, though. I like that mentality, that what his thought affect was he was going for there, number 12. He was ready to drill it in. They clearly have been practicing that. That was Simon Johnson, number 12. Look for that play again today. Something tells me that would be magic for them. They're going to score a goal off that corner
One
kick.
write-up that I remember reading in the Inquirer Mirror, one of our fine sponsors, Simon had either 2 or 3 goals, probably in that 6-3 game that I remember.
Jogging.
Ooh, nice deep kick.
Nothing.
Monomoy trying to keep it in. I'm seeing a little too many blue Monomoy players not being covered man-to-man. Nantucket, I think, wants to spread out a little bit more. Ooh, Johnson taking that in the face and shook that off.
What you
Nantucket throw in.
What you got to realize that Monomoy is new in the league this year. Last year they were traveling up to off Cape up to places like Hull and places like that, so they're glad to be in a Cape, the new Cape and Islands League here. But Monomoy is made up of 2 high schools, so they get kids from Harwich and Chatham.
Oh, really? Okay, I wasn't certain about that. Oh, Reeves trying to keep it in and oh!
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Good job there by the Whalers.
We talk about hustle and great hand-eye coordination, paying attention to what was going on there. Reeves setting that up, number 19. And I'm going to give the goal to, is it Stefan Severio? Is that right?
Well, he'll give us away.
Number 19, was it?
19, Mario Reyes. He has got hustle written all over him, this kid, Dick, and we've only been watching him for 8 minutes, and something tells me he's going to be just as intense as he is now until the end of this game. Nice job. We're never going to get to the cake. We're just going to be too busy watching this. This is like disappointing.
We're gonna cut.
I am. I've got cake on the brain.
Paula needs sugar.
Those kids over here in that cart are going to take it, I can tell.
Oh yeah, they all got big smiles on this.
Today they do.
They're
We're going to
batting
give
their
some to
eyes.
them. Cassandra
Mario.
Moran.
Mario's only a sophomore.
Cassie Moran's the unsung hero here. We need to give her some cake at halftime. Mario Rees is only a sophomore. Congratulations on a beautiful goal.
Maureen said if there's any cake left over, bring her a piece home.
Not a problem. Do I need to start food shopping for you? Last week I got you baby back ribs. Now we're on dessert. Good Lord.
You got the cake
Dick,
and candy
did you
today.
have those ribs?
I had those ribs. They were delicious.
They were.
Yes.
I will do it again if you all are
Our
nice.
thanks to the Boost Club for cooking
Absolutely.
them up.
Oh, look at Silverio.
Yeah!
Oh!
I thought he had it. I was calling that one already, but it rolled a little bit too wide. Nice
Wow.
angle. Just couldn't sneak it into the
I
post.
think that was Stefan Silveri. I thought he had that. It looked beautifully placed. Great drill
Yeah, I
on the ground.
everything about that was perfect, except that the shot just rolled a little bit too far.
Oof. Interesting kick, but
So Nantucket answers, you know, my question was, how do they play from behind? They answered very, very well. They came right back strong, tied it up, and are keeping the pressure on here now.
none of this surprises me. I mean, they're like a finely, oiled machine. Coach Brannigan does an outstanding job with these kids, and
When you ask them that question about how many he graduated, just
8.
casually says 8 or 9.
yeah.
Just,
But you know what? He's got a great attitude, and that's how it should be. He's professional, modest, gets the job done. JV coach Peter Mellert, has been with the program for a while, so these kids have been ensconced in the coaching of Coach Brannigan and his methodology on the field.
Well, following that through, the old bumper sticker comes to mind for this. We don't rebuild, we reload. And that's so that's
I like
that's,
that.
That's what the soccer team does. Even
like
though they
that.
graduate a bunch of kids,
Nice job.
8 or 9 seniors, goals wide open there. 8 or 9 seniors, they're back on all firing here. Coming into this one 4-0, going against Monomoy 3-0. So unless we have a tie, one team is going to stay undefeated and one team will have a loss.
And Strastimski, I want to make sure I'm saying his name correctly. Strastimski, he came out pretty far. in goal just
He
then.
was
Yeah,
way
did you
out,
notice that?
He was way out.
I think that's kind of it's a questionable move, shall I say.
Yeah. More of our fine sponsors: Pete's Fresh Fish Prints, Gray Lady Insurance, the UPS Store, Nantucket Booster Club, John Rath Builder, Nantucket Tackle Center, the Downey Flake, Sherburne Management, Brock Insurance, and the Sea Grill.
It was dropped in by Henry Flanagan, deep kick in the air, nice and wide. Up to Silverio, looking for Rees in that corner. Johnson trying to break that up.
How about this weather this week? A little bit of summer came right back at us. It's humid today. I was out this
It's
morning.
not a good hair day.
No.
Repeat after me. Not a good hair day. Yeah, it's muggy, it's oppressive. Interesting week.
Doesn't every lady go to the beauty parlor on their birthday? Isn't that part of the birthday day to get your hair done?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Dick,
got
that was
my-
very popular in the 50s.
That was
In the
yeah.
50s. All right.
That's like ladies back then went once a week and
In
had
the
their hair
50s.
done. My mom still lives by that creed. If
I don't
you
know
will.
why I remembered that. I wasn't dating in the 50s. I was just hanging around playing
Causing
stickball.
trouble. Oh, there's that danger. Number 7, Spees from Monomoy bringing it up in the corner. Number 25 being challenged there on Nantucket side. That's Caleb Patterson. I remember him from last year, another great player. He has to be a senior, correct? He's been with this program for a few years.
Caleb Patterson. See if I can find him on my roster here.
Notice they're playing ground ball here a lot. Oh, wow. A lot of dribbling going on. Up, Nantucket. Let's go, Nantucket!
Caleb is a senior, you're correct, Paula.
Carter Snell. Remember, he wants to get this off fast and furious. You don't want to give him this time to be lining up. There he goes, nice and deep. Shades of Toby Glidden. Remember how high and deep his kicks used to go?
Toby had one of the better kicks, yeah.
No, he truly did. He had one of the best kicks I've ever seen on this field. I mean, he could get it to the midfield line, seemingly. It's incredible. Speaking of which, when I was bike riding on Sunday, I came across Jules Emery Pellrine, like Forrest Gump in the final hour and a half. The bike path. They made a little video on my bike, which I give Jim.
What he does.
He raises money for PASCON, which is the affiliation, the Marla Lamb Fund, for those who have cancer, helping with their costs traveling on and off island. It's a great cause.
What did he do?
He ran around the island for 24 hours straight, and I came upon him through the night. I came upon him, and he was hour 23.
Wow.
And Jules, I hope you don't mind me saying this on the air, but you were walking at that point. No lightness in your step, but
I'd be laying face down after 23 hours if I tried to.
Smiling, chit-chatting. I played a little Marvin Gaye for him on the radio. He's incredible. So congratulations
All
to
right,
Jules.
here's a chance for the Whalers here. Let's see if they have a play out of this. They all have a play. Let's see if it works.
Simon Johnson taking the kick. Is this direct, indirect? What's going on here? The wall. When I think the wall, I think Phil Spector. Ooh!
Yes!
Oh, yes!
Powered it through.
Wow!
Put it right on the goalie, but through the wickets.
Through the wickets.
Through the 9-hole, powered it through.
At 25:46 of the clock. You know how we've been saying, Dick, watching this game? Dribbles. They're playing the ground. They're not going to the air, which I find really interesting. I think it's the first time I've seen that. When you think soccer, you think airborne, but nice job. Well done.
14-27. What was that, 12?
Simon Johnson, nice job. Well done, Simon.
Big goal by Simon. That goal brought to us by Don Allen Auto Center. New and used vehicles on sale at Don Allen Auto Center.
Nice kick. Whoa!
More hustle.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yes.
I think they talk soccer all fall at their house because their sister's playing soccer.
And Mom is a fanatic. Anytime I see her,
Oh, I love her,
she,
Sarah. She's great.
she wants to talk soccer. She used to work at the bank. I used to see her at the
I know,
bank.
I miss her. Sarah Johnson, come back to the bank. I miss you.
I would hold up the line because we would talk soccer for 5 or 10 minutes.
She's one of the hardest working, nicest ladies on the island. Great mom. Soccer, and then they play hockey in the winter, I believe.
Winter,
the boys.
he's a big, Simon's a big hockey star too, he is.
Throw in by Nantucket.
I'm looking
Cooper
across
Norris.
over there. Mom must be in the stand somewhere over there.
Yeah. Cooper Norris, number 16 on the field right now. We have Simon Johnson. Now I'm starting to learn these players. Andrew Dawson, man on, number 25. That was Caleb Patterson. Nice. He's got a strong kick on the field.
He does.
Patterson,
He
really
does.
strong.
Coming in, some more of our fine sponsors. Connor Electric, Valero and Sons Garden Center, James Lyden Sons and Daughters Roofing.
Let's watch this. See what they line up. Oh, see, they try to almost do that again with Johnson. Trying to drill that stuff it into the corner of the pipes there. They will get it. I will bet you a piece of cake they get it. I will
Okay.
have no cake if they don't. How's
Rick's
that?
Painted Maintenance brings you Paula's prediction there of eating no cake.
I gotta
Gino,
talk to them
Gino,
at
I have a
halftime.
feeling that Paula's probably already had about 6 slices of cake today because
Oh my-
everywhere she goes,
pretty much.
people are handing her
That's
birthday
why
cake.
well, look at my skirt. I have peanut butter stains.
She goes around to everybody. She met the assistant coach over there, Gino, and she said, "Hi." Before even telling the name, she says, "Hi. Today's my birthday." Doesn't even know the guy. She's looking. Oh, the post!
That was an almost off
It
the
hit
pipes.
the post. Hit the.
You know what? It only comes once a year, Dick. Embrace it and
Embrace
milk it
it.
for everything it's worth. That's all I can say.
You are very good at this too.
Thank you, thank you.
When Paula had a big birthday about 7 years ago,
6 years ago.
6 years ago, I was invited.
Oh, that one. That was my 40th. Yeah.
Was that? It was longer than that then. But
Yeah.
I was invited, Gino.
Okay.
And it was up at Something Natural. So I show up at Something Natural. There's a table there with about 9 ladies. I was the only guy invited.
Oh, really?
And Paula kept saying to me, "Where's Vito?" I said, "What do you mean, where's Vito?"
right.
I said, when I got
He
the
was
invite,
invited.
nobody said for me to ask Vito.
Oh,
so,
you know
so
what?
I'm
You
sitting,
had-
I'm sitting there with these
Yeah.
9 ladies. We were eating our subs.
In his glory. He had a ball. He had a great time, please. Back to the action, 22:15 on the clock. It's Whalers 2, Monomoy 1. First goal of the day scored by Monomoy, being followed up within 2 minutes, I would say, right, by Mario
They come
Reeves.
back. They come back very quickly. And
Absolutely.
you know, again, my question was, how do they play from behind? They play excellent from behind. And as you say, they got the 2-1 lead
nice.
now, and they just hit the pipe down there a minute ago, which would have made it 3-1. But you know, they have some speed. I mean, when they run the field, you know, the offense that they had the last couple of years, Paul, is they had like one guy running the field. Now they're running the field as a team, the whole unit. You saw that time there was like 5 or 6 players coming up in the white jerseys.
Tell you, they've got some nice communication on the field, the way they're playing. I was just watching how they were going middle, out. They're recognizing, keep it away from the goal, but the hustle that we're seeing on this team, Dick, is pretty impressive.
Some more fine sponsors: Sun Island Fuel, Highlight Floor and Finishing and Painting, Nantucket Trees Landscaping, the Steamship Authority, Champion Rentals, Nantucket Electrical Contractors, the Beauty Bar, Scrimshaw Gallery, Cottage and Castle, Boathouse Restaurant.
Carter Snell with that drop. Did you get to go to the thing on concussions, by the way, at the high school? Heard
I
it was-
didn't go to that, no, but you know, I was going to bring that up a minute ago, concussions. You know, a lot of hitting the ball. Do you feel that hitting the ball is part of the concussion thing, or do you think it's the banging into each other, trying to get the ball?
They're finding, according to what the gentleman spoke about, I was talking to somebody that was there, but it's not the heading. It's the torquing and the way that they turn their neck in an actual movement on the field.
Because there is a movement that at the real young level, you know, the kids that start, I don't know what age they start at, 5, 6, 7.
Dominic's playing, my nephew.
Some of these leagues, no, I'm not saying Nantucket, I'm just saying around the country, some of these leagues are banning the heading for this young age.
Really?
Now, my theory is that, all right, so you ban it when they're 5, 6, 7, 8, all of a sudden at 10, you're going to tell them they can start heading it? They won't be
Interesting.
natural to them. It won't
Right.
be natural to them, and so that they won't be heading it as much. And will that work? I don't know.
Well, you know, that's interesting because if they're saying in these studies as you go along in time that heading is not the #1 cause of concussions.
There's no reason
Then
to
there's
take it
no
out
reason
of
to-
the equation then, no.
Right. You know, I have to admit, like anybody else, when you're watching soccer, do you flinch a nanosecond sometimes when you see some of these headers?
Well,
Absolutely.
I just watched the
Johnson
Nantucket
kid, yeah.
Johnson headed, and his head just went forward, almost like you
Needing the
you think
ball.
you almost like you had a puppet in your hand, and you fire the puppet forward, you know. So maybe that's what the study is showing, that it's the way you move your head is causing more of the
I
injuries
think
than the
it's-
ball
yeah,
itself.
The way you move your head, and I think some of the collisions, when you think about
Oh, you
it,
see,
there's
yeah, every
no
once in a while,
protection whatsoever.
Yeah, every once in a while you have a massive collision, right?
Oh, you got to give credit where credit's due. Nice catch.
Nice save there. He came right up and caught the ball in the air with plenty of wheels around him.
Nice job by Nantucket keeping this on the move. 18:33. This is really a fast half. You're absolutely right.
Moving right along, the Fairgrounds Restaurant, the Dog Wash, Just Stewart 2 Fishing, Outdoor Power, Nantucket Boys and Girls Club, Kitty Murtaugh's, Nantucket Shellfish Association, Ryder Electric, Hawthorne Guest House, Nantucket Seafood, Fast Forward, Espresso to Go, Cam Appliance, Island Carpet, Nantucket Parcel Plus, TNT's Lawn Sprinkling, the Island Packet Store, Stover Engineering, Martin Bork Painting. We thank these fine sponsors for bringing you portions of the fall season.
Corey Petita in on that play. Number 18, we've got Corey Petita, Caleb Patterson, Mario Reeves, Truskimsky between the pipes, Stefan Silverio, Carter Snell, and looking to try to set something up in that front line. But they just couldn't connect. But you know what, Dick? They're doing some nice crossing in front of that goal. I don't quite think we saw that with the girls the other day, but they're doing some nice crossing.
That's part of what I talk about when you go from the girls to the boys game. The speed of the game is a lot more, and so with the speed of the game up a notch, they can do a lot of these different things, such as the crossing.
Oh, deep kick.
Too far. He got too much on that.
Snell trying to keep it in bounds. Nice job. You know, for somebody tall and lanky in soccer, he's a great player. He's got great awareness on the field. Nice job.
Now there you had
Reeves.
a potential.
Absolutely. Just
Got
a
the shot
touch.
off, but a little bit off to the side.
Just gotta let it go.
Yep, touch misdirected there, but you know what? He's got a great kick with that. I like what I see. He will connect, Dick.
Free kick coming up, brought to us by Island Variety. Check out Island Variety for gifts, party favors, yarn, craft items, photo development, cards, frames, photo albums. 5 Freedom Square, Island Variety.
Wow, 2 right in a row there. Very interesting. I want to give credit where credit is due, and I'm not certain who number 3 is. I apologize.
Let's see if I get a 3 on my roster.
I wonder
here.
if it's Brandon Menjuar.
I have an Andrew Dawson on my roster listed with a 3, senior.
Oh, you're right. I completely bypassed it. Andrew Dawson, Sabrina's brother.
Sabrina's brother, yes.
Solid soccer players in that family. I think the mom was a big soccer player, correct, when she was younger?
Yes.
And Dawson.
The girls' game we did last week was a great game. They did lose it, but I was so happy with Sabrina, the way she was involved. She was really involved with the coaching and with the kids.
I think it's
and
great.
I think she has a future in coaching.
I love it when I see the kids come back and give back to the community. Nice hustle by Reeves. What
what a
presence
move.
on the field. And that's...
Oh, the best save of the day.
Did you see how Reeves met the ball, kicked it, lost it, and then went back and reconnected? That's
But
a
how
great play.
often do you see a goalie moving to his left
Yeah.
and then he sticks out his right foot, like a hockey goalie?
And gets
a hockey
down,
goalie
yeah.
can do it because the net is so small. He has a big net to cover. How did he have the presence of coming back and kicking it with his off foot like that?
Very impressive. Hey, speaking of soccer players, Hope Solo is coming this weekend for the N Project, which I find interesting. It's a very eclectic, is that the word I want to use, group of individuals ranging from Monica Lewinsky to Norman Lear, the producer of All in the Family, to Deepak Chopra,
Does Hope
to
Solo,
Hope
does Hope Solo and Monica Lewinsky share a room at the White Elephant?
I wouldn't think so. They seem like diabolical opposites. I doubt it. Nice hustle by Nantucket, trying to keep it at that midi line.
I hope the
Ooh, nice.
I hope the check-in person at the White Elephant when Hope is coming in is not a Swedish lady, because it might might upset her.
Yeah, you know, that was unfortunate when she called the team cowards when they lost, because she felt as though they didn't press and actually play. Their strategy worked. They won.
Why do you want to put that in print? You know,
Right.
You know, after the game, you might say something to an opponent. You might say something to the other coach. In the heat of the battle,
Right.
you say things you don't mean. But to come out and say that after the game and make sure it gets out there in print is a very, very
poor sportsmanship.
poor judgment. Poor sportsmanship for sure.
Meanwhile, Ryan Lochte, I think your favorite show was on last night, but I didn't watch it. But I think he was booed again. Oh, Snell with the save.
There's a rumor going around that Hope was with Ryan that night in the gas station.
Oh Lord, nothing surprises me. Nantucket dropping back. Ooh.
Okay.
Throw in, here we go, move it around.
Under 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Nantucket has taken over
I don't
play
remember this
with a
guy.
2-1 lead, and they've had a couple more chances.
I don't remember this Mario Rees playing last year, Dick. Look at he is all over the field. He just was here 2 seconds ago.
He's a sophomore, so maybe
Wow.
he didn't play in the varsity last year,
He's
or
got
maybe he's new
game.
to the school. Being away from the school atmosphere, you don't know when new kids come into the school as much as you used to, you know. But I
Nice
think as he's a sophomore that he probably played on the JV squad last year.
That was a great save by Emmett Clark, number 14. I don't know if you caught that, but he stopped that action midline there, just past the midline. Nice, good awareness, good spatial awareness. That was key to keep this ball going. Well done.
How about them Bears, Dick?
I don't know, Gino. I watched part of that
I've never
game.
seen anything so pathetic in my life.
I watched the Bears last
They're
night.
the worst they've been in
And
30 years.
they
Bring
took
back Mike Dicker, right?
They took that 7-3. Mike Dicker could have played last night. Some of those guys in the Bears were so bad. I mean, they took the 7-3 lead, and they said, "Hey, they're going to make this a ball game." You know, they're home.
Yeah.
They got a rookie quarterback in his second game on the road. Boy, it went downhill in a hurry.
refrigerator.
Well,
Where's the
Cutler
fridge when
started
you need
it
him, right?
off as usual, screwing it up. I think they got to fire that guy.
Jay Cutler?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's good 1 minute, he just fools you every
Not
time.
consistent.
He's no good.
Andrew Dawson trying to get it up there to number 13, Chris Amaya. I remember him
Oh,
playing
what a
last year.
pass. Oh, what a save.
Wow. Great play by Chris Amaya. Nice job.
Good job, Chris.
Simon actually got
Great
his foot
cross,
on that.
Chris.
That would have been his goal. He got his foot on it, and it rolled right up the goalie's leg, and he somehow held on to it and didn't let it go over his shoulder.
Caleb Patterson with the header. Nice job. Great footwork by Rees. Watch how he intercepts the ball and reacts when it comes up to him. Watch, there he is. There he is.
Oh!
Oh!
Was that another good save, or was that...
Another great save. Mario's mad at himself. He knew he had a goal there, and
But you know what?
right now he's sulking a little bit. You got to come back. You're a young player. You got to come back in a hurry to stay on side and get in the flow.
I think he's just being hard on himself because he's such
Well, the
a
goalie made a good
competitor.
save, but Mario
Yeah.
knew that he had an open net, and so
Right.
he should have put it in an area where the goalie couldn't have made a good save.
Snell bringing that up. What a kick. His kicks just get better and better as he warms up on this field. I'm impressed. Nice job. And their goalie, Monomoy, I just want to say, when I was watching him in warm-up, I misjudged him. I thought they were going to be in trouble with him. He is another example of just getting better and better and confident as this game goes on. They've got a really good goalie in him, Dick.
Yes. Corner kick coming up, brought to us by Nantucket Island Pharmacies. They've got you covered in town and out of town. Nantucket Island Pharmacy, 45 Main Street, 122 Pleasant Street. Nice kick this time, but the Monomoy defender.
Ooh, off the head of Rees. Oh, beautiful footwork. Oh, look at them. Johnson coming up too high with that foot.
Yeah. Nantucket had the numbers in there and had the ball, but the ball just didn't have any space.
He
Couldn't
was
get their
kicking
foot on
like
it.
you do in your daily calisthenics. I've seen
daily
you come up that
yeah.
high.
Last time I kicked like that, Paul, I was like 3 months old, I think.
3 months old. I can't even picture you as a baby.
I remember it vividly.
Oh, I see him as a baby all the time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
Let's bring baby photos of ourselves day
Baby photos.
on GOT. I was a cute baby. I had no hair a couple years. Too funny. My brothers wanted a boy, and they were so mad when I was born. It was not a pleasant thing, apparently. They're just getting used to it now.
They still reject you, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, I hope they call you on your birthday, Paul, and
Of
wish you
course
happy
they do.
birthday.
Do I have to remind Phil?
Phil will call me tonight in his laid-back way. Speaking of Phil, Bo, my nephew, placed first in his first half Ironman. Number one, he never Ironman before. Number 2 is a pro, and he won on Sunday.
No way, that's excellent.
So his
That-
time was
that's
3:52,
unbelievable.
which is a phenom time. Fastest time in the swim, fastest in the bike,
Wow,
second
that's
in the run.
awesome.
Yep, and my 5-year-old nephew was there, and niece who's 3.
Text Phil and congratulate him.
Yeah, it was really something. So he's headed.
I'm missing Phil. Who's Phil?
Phil's his dad.
Phil's Beau's father,
Beau's
who's my
father.
brother,
Okay, your brother. Okay. I
And-
didn't know his first name.
Phil, and
I saw him at the swim meets a lot.
yep, he was a great athlete. Still is. My brother still swims in great shape. But at any rate, he's headed to Austin, Texas, and I was looking at the time that Beau posted, and if he had competed in Texas, he would have finished second.
Wow.
He was off the lead guy by less than a minute. So, yeah, his training's going really well. I think my nephew, who's 5, was upset he didn't win a trophy, but you know, such is life.
He sounds like he's a little spoiled, that little guy.
He's the favorite right now because he's the youngest, of course. Remember when you're 5 and somebody else is winning something, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So congrats to Beau as we watch his climb.
Now, where's Beau's sister these days?
Kara's a senior at UMass.
UMass.
She will be graduating this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh,
Nice.
brings it up to Reeves. Here he goes. I love watching. Did you
Oh,
see
nice
his footwork?
pass.
Oh!
Another great save.
What another save!
That goalie is unbelievable.
Can we interview that goalie at halftime? He's unbelievable. That was Andrew Dawson with a drill of a shot that I thought no doubt was going to drop.
Some of our folks in Chatham and Monomoy are going to be in Howard. You're going to watch it. Give us the goalie name. Number 31. Who is it?
Number 31, the goalie is Henry Watson. And
Henry.
according to this, Henry is only in 8th grade.
8th
What?
grade.
That's what it's saying.
Wow.
Coached by Keith Clark, JV coach John Bennett. They have done an incredible job. Number 31, Henry Watson. We are impressed.
They'll be watching GinoTV.com.
Absolutely. Oh, right, you can see this on the Cape, correct?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Mhm.
they'll be watching.
Yeah, I talked to the coaches for the game, and I told them to check out GinoTV.com tomorrow night. It'll be on the.
Henry, you've got game. We're
but
impressed.
Henry,
Well done.
Only an 8th grader. Wow.
Yeah, he looks quite young when you look at him, but
Well, a lot
yeah,
of
they
these
all
young.
do.
There's number little 7 here. This little 3 and 5.
So this
9.
is two towns that have
Two
merged,
towns.
is that right?
Yeah.
And what are the 2 towns again?
Chatham and Harwich.
Got it.
2-3 years ago, or maybe it opened. Well, it's 5 or 6 years ago. They decided to build one high school between the 2 towns.
So if
And
you're under
then-
the
and-
guise of one principal,
So now, yeah. So now, once you'll still go to your elementary and your middle school in your hometown. Say it's Chatham, but then when you go to high school, and then you go and to Monomoy High School, or if you go to a charter type school, you can go to a Sturgis or a Catholic type school, St. John Paul, and so forth. So you do have other options. But if you stay in town, the Harwich and the Chatham kids go to Monomoy.
interesting.
I haven't seen the high school, so I'm not even sure which town it's in. I'm going to say it's in Harwich, but I'm only guessing.
I have absolutely no idea. 4:51 on the clock. Whalers 2, Monomoy 1. Nantucket has played an outstanding first half. Monomoy, for that matter, Dick has played a very good half.
Yeah, it's a very good game,
Great game.
and Nantucket
Ooh,
has the play in their favor right now, but
Monomoy's
2 to
not letting
1.
up.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
he's
hand.
offside. Yeah.
I thought that was handball.
I think it was offside. I don't
Was
know.
it?
It could have been one of the other, but anyways, it's a turnover,
Looked like his hand
and the
touched it.
clock is winding down to around 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Oh,
now
he's
that's-
talking of headers.
That's what I'm talking about. The
Wow.
neck,
Oh,
the neck and the head moved on that one, Paul.
you know, this goalie from Monomoy might be getting a Tommy point from me. He is being so tested out here. I don't think we've ever given a Tommy point to an opposing player.
He has a great kick,
Yeah, he sure does.
and he shows a little inconsistency, and you'd expect that out an 8th grader, but you know, can you imagine what this kid's going to be? You know, 2 years down the road.
Unbelievable. I look forward to
With
watching
the
it.
experience.
Nice job by Rees coming off the field, getting a well-deserved break. He's been in the game, it seems as though the entire first half.
Yeah, Nantucket hasn't gone to its bench too much. They know they have a tough opponent today, and
Oh, nice
when you
job.
have a tough opponent, sometimes you ask your veterans to play a little bit longer, a little bit harder.
Dawson with the header, trying to get it back to that midfield line. It's going to be an interesting second half, but I think I'm going to give the nod to Nantucket in this game.
Well, it's going to be interesting once you get all sugared up with the candy and
Thank
cake.
God, I can't wait. Counting the minutes. Monomoy trying to make something happen as we wind down the clock in that first half. And the wind's picking up, actually.
Yeah, the forecasts.
Wow.
The forecasts mentioned that we might have been getting some rain showers this afternoon, but we got a little bit off and on this morning. But now it's cleared out nicely.
I wonder, does this team work on running and sprints, I would assume? Do they do a little long distance, cross training? What's their program like? Do you have any idea?
I don't have any idea.
Because
Every once in a while you see like a football game going on and the soccer team may be practicing, and you see the whole soccer team run from here, loop the field, you know, watch the game as they loop the field and come back. So, but I don't know if that's a regular type thing or not.
well, they just have such a solid presence as far as running and just the sprints. It's kind of that rugby style of the, you know, start, stop, sprints, and that takes a lot out of you, but they're doing nice.
Island
Nice
Lumber,
impact.
1 Porpoise Road, go Wheels, rain or shine, Island Lumber is always on time. Kick coming up, brought to us by Don Allen. New and used vehicles on sale at Don Allen Auto Center.
Deep kick. Number 5, what's his number? Let's see. Jonathan Tresher.
Oh, nice defense there as Monomoy had a couple of kids breaking in and the ball floating, but doesn't go anywhere. And how much time, sir?
1 minute.
1 minute left to go in the first half, Paul. So this is important for the Wheels to clear this. They don't want Monomoy to get anything going here.
Absolutely not. Oh,
Yeah, that's a bad kick.
Go ahead, Adam.
Chris Maurer, look at his hustle. I want to see this kid score. He's got game. I like watching him. Xander Trudell, number 26. Nice playing between Trudell and Tresher there. That's what you want to do. Push one another, man on,
About
and
30
cross
seconds
it.
to go here.
Again, Carter.
Monomoy trying to tie it up here, but now Nantucket defense is very strong.
Keep it in play.
That'll do it. So we have played one half here, and an exciting half it was. The scoring came early. Then after that, back and forth, Nantucket having the advantage, but only has the 1-goal lead here, 2-1. So we'll take a short break and be back with some second half action.
Actually.